Trump's behaviours seem a little odd to say the least, but is he actually mad? 200 years ago, he may have been diagnosed as just plain nuts, but these days diagnoses are a little more refined. In fact, the Diagnostic Manual of Mental Disorders lists around 157 different mental disorders, but which one best fits Trump? I asked Chat GPT which disorder most fits Trump. Let's have a look at its answer and see if what we are currently seeing in the news supports his diagnosis. So after giving me the expected caveats, ChatGPT came up with narcissistic personality disorder. DSM-5 describes narcissistic personality disorder as a pervasive pattern of grandiosity in fantasy or behavior, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy, beginning by early adulthood and present in a variety of contexts, as indicated by 5 or more of the following. So let's see if Trump meets at least 5. Number 1. A grandiose sense of self-importance, exaggerates achievements and talents, expects to be recognized as superior without commensurate achievements. While there are many examples of him exaggerating his achievements, he frequently claims his crowds are a lot larger than they actually are. Trump has long presented himself as a self-made businessman, but investigations, such as the 2018 New York Times report, showed that he received at least $413 million from his father, often through questionable tax schemes. Trump also claimed multiple times that he was awarded Michigan's Man of the Year, but no record of such an award exists. Criteria 2. Preoccupation with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. Trump has frequently claimed that he is the greatest president in US history, despite historical rankings and polls showing otherwise. He has repeatedly exaggerated his wealth, falsely claiming to be worth over $10 billion. Criteria 3. Belief that they are special and can only be understood by or should associate with high-status people. Trump has openly expressed admiration for other authoritarian leaders, such as Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-un, and Xi Jinping, claiming they respect him. He has also criticized military leaders, calling generals losers and babies, while praising himself as a better strategist than them. Criteria 4. Requires excessive admiration. Constantly seeks attention, flattery, and validation. Trump held cabinet meetings where his staff publicly praised him, with one infamous meeting in 2017 where members took turns expressing their admiration. He also frequently called Fox News to demand positive coverage and lashed out when they reported negatively about him. Criteria 5. A sense of entitlement. Unreasonable expectations of favorable treatment and compliance from others. Trump demanded personal loyalty from FBI Director James Comey, which Comey later testified was inappropriate and coercive. He also refused to concede the 2020 election, claiming he deserved to win, despite 60 court cases disagreeing. Interpersonally exploitive behavior, taking advantage of others for personal gain. The Trump University fraud case resulted in a $25 million settlement after thousands of students claimed they were scammed. He also used his charity, the Trump Foundation, for personal expenses, such as buying a $10,000 painting of himself, leading to a legal shutdown of the foundation. Criteria 7. Lacks empathy. During the COVID-19 pandemic, he minimized the suffering of victims, saying, "It is what it is," when confronted about the US death toll. And when asked about the recent pounding of Ukraine by Russia, in which many civilians died, he said Putin was just doing what anybody would do. Criteria 8. Often envious of others, or believes others are envious of them. Trump frequently claims that people are jealous of him, stating they all want to be me when discussing critics. He attacked Barack Obama's legacy repeatedly, often undermining his achievements while falsely taking credit for policies Obama implemented, for example the Veterans' Choice Act. Criteria 9. Shows arrogant, haughty behaviors or attitudes. Displays superiority, dismissiveness, or arrogance. Trump refused to shake Angela Merkel's hand during a White House meeting, visibly snubbing her in front of cameras. He also called African nations shithole countries, displaying open contempt for certain groups. He mocked military veterans, repeatedly calling them suckers and losers, according to multiple sources. So there we have it. Trump doesn't just meet the minimum of 5, but seemed to tick all 9 boxes. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But Chat GPT points out that even if someone shows its behaviours to meet the DSM-5 criteria, its behaviours would need to cause significant impairment in his personal or professional life. And this might be where Trump escapes this diagnosis, because while his behaviours impair the lives of many others, it certainly has not impaired him. In fact, he's having a great time. While the world economy collapses, NATO falls apart, and the Russians march across Europe, he will be on his golf course, admiring the great job he has done.